But Honorable Semuju, you remember?
At least, yes, they will find it. But you cannot say that someone has traveled.
But Honorable Semuju, you remember
when I was with Nanda as his minister, he knows we are traveling together. I remember when we were in Sweden, we came back, we went to America, we came back, you sent me to Liberia. So you mean when I was traveling with you, it was okay?
But let me just develop my point. When the opium scandal broke out in 2010, you remember?
The Kazinda.
You remember the Auditor General audited the books there. And remember one of the findings before it was scrutinized, was that the First Lady, Janet Museveni, who was then, I think, the Minister for Karamoja Affairs, would travel to Israel twice in a day, I think, to that effect. But it was found that it was a forgery, and so on and so forth. The other one, which I want to conclude with, is that this accusation of money, each time we are nearing and starting another cycle of election, my own suspicion, and this is borne by the meeting of elements in FDC and NOP last year, I think. You remember when they went for a meeting in Nairobi? I think the information there was that they were being funded by the Open Society of America, of a man called George Soros. I am told, I don't know, I'm yet to verify, that they were given conditions that the FDC and NOP should unite so as to be eligible to better funding. My reading, my analysis is that probably this tug of war over control of FDC when it is about to start a new election could be that one faction which agrees now with joining together with the National Unity Platform. And never mind that Besigye had earlier on dismissed the leadership of National Unity Platform of People Power as inconsequential, not up to the task. You remember, he even advised them, if you believe elections can remove Museveni, I wish you luck. I suspect that the tug of war now is for one group to take control of FDC, particularly the group allied to Besigye. And you could read from body language yesterday at press conference, you can see the group with him. Those are the groups that formed the Subi.
Yeah, but
that's the group that formed the Subi. Let me just conclude. I suspect that the tug of war is for one group to take control of FDC, join with the NOP, so that they do two things. First of all, they can access, if the other issue is correct, better funding, but also they hope they can build a better momentum to give the NRM a run for its money.
Why don't you equally suspect that one group would join you the most time?
I have no evidence, but the group which is with Besigye has a trail that it has tried to take.
You can respond.
Can I ask you, Ofwono?
Yes, please.
When you say the group with the Besigye, where did the Amuriat come to take over the FDC leadership?
Well, I think there must have been a disagreement along the way between 2020 and 2022, because my brother Nandara and Amuriat were part of Besigye.
Yes.
So there must be something that they have disagreed over.
In principle, or?
Maybe principle, or even not. My suspicion, again, is that maybe Besigye, he has been getting out of the party, not getting out. I suspect that one of them, maybe Besigye has now judged that this group cannot be his heir apparent. He could have developed another heir apparent, and he wants to claim back. He wants to claim back his thing.
Honorable Nandala.
I suspect this group, and the Honorable Nandala has said, Semuju joined along the way. So this group which has been with Besigye since 2000,
I don't know if the road is...
Yeah, maybe they think that...
Everyday people can join.
Maybe they think this is their thing. You Besigye, you have no right to take our thing and give it to the people. You see, NRM is a different mode. NRM, you come today, you will be the Speaker of Uganda on NRM ticket.
Well, Honorable Nandala,
for us, we are different.
Well, thank you very much. Honorable Nandala,
I want to do
just a second. The conference at Nsambia, in your submission, was out of order.
Yes.
And it contravened the party rules.
You see,
you had written to stop that conference, and they went ahead with it.
No, I never wrote.
You wrote a letter.
No. I said we were in the election exercise. Please continue with the elections of the structures. And that's why I want you to give me a few minutes to explain a few things.
Okay. But do you intend to take any disciplinary action on Semuju and group?
That one is the party issue. But let me tell you something. In our party constitution says, under section 13, under article 13 says, if a member joins another party, you cease to be a member. I want to state that if Nandala went to become NRM, I cease to be a member. There is no way I will remain a Secretary General. You see, during elections like now, they say Nandala is going to become Governor Bank of Uganda, he's going to become Minister of Finance, to divert the public. Now, for that shows they are talking because I'm competent. But I am not going to become the governor, I'm not joining NRM. But I also want to make one correction, that you see elections of the FDC are in the party constitution, are directed by National Council. And if you look at, and again, Article 15, it says, every village shall have a party branch comprising all members of party resident in that village. 2, the village party branch hereinafter referred to as a party branch shall be the nucleus of the party, and every member desirous of becoming a party member shall do so by registering at a party branch. Then it says on 4 that every party branch shall elect once in every 5 years a party branch committee at election authorized by the party National Council. You see why I'm bringing this? National Council has authorized. Other people don't want to go for an election. I don't know why. But also, what I wanted to know, to make it clear, that the budgets of the party are approved by National Council. The only thing which would, the people, some of them are behaving, is to become so hostile to the Party Election Commission, which we should also treat it as independent. Some are saying in $100. Well, I'm not.
Well,
but let me make one case.
Thank you. I'll get back to you.
No,
I'm coming back to you.
But I want
Honorable Semuju.
No, sir, 1 minute.
The floor is yours. Yes, I'll certainly come back to you.
So that he answers it once. I want him to confirm that he went to Nairobi to observe elections for 14 days.
I did not go to Nairobi. The Committee on Legal and Parliamentary Affairs,
it is here.
Where you don't sit, went to Nairobi.
For 14 days to observe general elections.
Committee on Legal.
No, it is general elections.
Yes, Committee on Legal.
I want you to confirm that you finished 14 days.
I have said the Committee on Legal. The trouble is that Nandala, you are too dirty. So you now think you can pluck off your dirt and throw at people. Please die with it.
You are the most you are the most dirty man.
You see the point, we go for issues of elections.
Mm-hmm.
No, but we've really digressed from the money issue and we didn't conclude. At the end of the day, what if the claims that Nandala picked money from State House are not true?
That's why I said right from the beginning, this matter was supposed to be handled internally. And that's why within a week, the Honorable Nandala was in a meeting with Dr. Besigye, with Honorable Ekanya, with Honorable Jack Sabit, with Wafula Ogutu. These people are not dead. And this is not the last time that we are hosting a show here. Call Wafula. Wafula is a very honest person. I worked with him. Call him. Because you see the trouble, what Nandala has wanted all the time is to profile this as if he's in a conflict with Besigye. Then he goes around, uses it as a cover-up. Even these elections themselves, we want elections. I was with you, Nandala, when we were campaigning against Mundu. We lost. And you remember how I struggled to ask you to concede defeat, because that is not in your DNA, grudging.
No, I conceded.
We lost the election. I lost the election with you. Then the following,
you disappeared. You left me alone in national. I am the one who accepted myself.
The subsequent elections, I was with General Mundu. We lost. My colleagues left. I stayed there because I believed in the FDC. Today, the point is, the last press conference of the Electoral Commission, they were with two of your vigilantes. Centenary.
Vigilantes?
Yes, Centenary and this guy from Nakawa called Okwera.
No.
How can
vigilante?
How
can they be former member of Parliament?
I use these words
you can say
deliberately. That you are at a press conference as a chairman of the Electoral Commission, flanked by Museveni's campaigners. This is what Nandara has done. Let me tell you, with or without money, I think Nandara is the worst leader I have ever seen. And that's how you are running our headquarters. You have now closed it.
How?
So you're asking how? You don't know that your party chairman has spent the whole day, his vehicle is outside and no journalists are entering. And for a very long time, you remember the last time we had a NEC meeting, and I asked the Amriat, why do you guys bring Kanyama here? Chiefess, we are now at gunpoint. General Munt told us one time that if you behave like this when you are in a point of vulnerability, the day you get into power, it will be tear gas, it will be bullets. And I see you, Nandara, if you ever get into power, people should go to exile.
No way.
Your behavior,
no,
that you come and you give instruction that your party chairman must not address a press conference, and you think you are acting wiser. All the instruction you give, we get to know. You simply can't run a party like a kiosk. That for you, every decision must originate from you, and what Nandara has said is final. You remember how you are behaving, in the National Executive Committee?
Samju, is FDC going to NRM soon?
I have said,
is it stoppable?
I said it because when you begin locking out people, the same processes that happened at DP are happening at FDC. The Kanyama Chiefess beating people. The closure of the gate. Now we need, in FDC, I think we are at a level where we'll need permission from Nandara to go to the toilet. That's the system he has put at Najana Nkumbi. And Amriate, a former member of Parliament 3 terms, he works as if he's an officer of Nandara. That's how they are running the party. You see them by the roadside enjoying maize. They are in their own world. They are in their own world. A party like FDC.
You want to say that Nandara has captured the party from Amuriat?
The capture for me would be okay, but the party is on its way to Museveni.
How?
Muntu said when you are choosing him, throughout of doing nothing, he said there are things I have done that you cannot touch, that they are not visible. What he meant was democracy. That's what the tradition of the FDC. People are saying, look, listen, Nandara says their election is tomorrow. The supervisors at the district level are there stranded because you are supposed to have parish supervisors who are registering per village. You said they should be disbanded because there is no money. The county and sub-county supervisors are not there. This is going to be the first election in the FDC history to be organized without electoral officials. I don't know whether it is ghosts that are going to register. And I have told you, along with the way Nandara writes a letter, please, as we go through this process, we will be generating registers. I am sending computers. I have it here, your letter.
No, I think
you want it. I am sending computers per region. Then you will have a register that the Electoral Commission will use. Midway, when the process is underway, is when you are registered. As I said, you see, if you want to cheat elections, you don't even have to read. Museveni is a very good living lesson of how elections are cheated. Registration, display of register, issuance of voter cards, then you proceed to cheat. Simple basic things that we are demanding. And Nandara says you can go to hell. I am sure, without doubt, Nandara already has a list of delegates. You can pretend about it.
Okay.
This exercise
as I get to Nandara, you said the party is going to move. Semuju says you're taking the party to Museveni.
I have alluded to that. You have read to that if a member goes out to another party, He ceases to be a member. What has defeated me, I was a leader of opposition in the parliament. Why didn't I take it? Why is it that I'm waiting for an election to take when I'm here now? It shows that it is impossible. Nobody can take this party anywhere. I can tell you that. But also what I want to make it clear here.
As we remind our viewers to keep sending your comments and views and opinions on Afromobile, it will be very interesting to hear what you take of the current debate.
So in 2015, we had the registers. Every village has a register. And the register was just up to update. And you see the problem where these people are coming up. The registers are here. You don't make a register every year. What we're saying that for purposes of now computerizing, we want to collect, now we
as you and who?
As FDC, to collect information and put it in a database. Because we had that information in the database. When the ant went...
Why do you correct it if you have it?
No, we had, but I'm explaining. When the ant went, we have registers in the villages. Why are you fearing to go to the village?
Why are you sending books to register again?
No, you see what they're saying? They are giving them that we want you to pick information, the districts, to pick information from those villages we have given them form to put for purposes of, we don't want to carry the register from the village, we only want to carry that document at a regional level for data entry only. And I think that's where the problem is coming. But I want to tell you that the registers are there. It's unfortunate. Colleagues don't want to go and participate. But when me tell you an election, if it has been declared, it has been declared.
Okay.
If you believe that you don't want to participate in the exercise, that I'm taking the party to Museveni, that's a complete lie. If I went, I would go as Nandara. For you said they will be put on a pickup. Is it an Aurora? So you want to put it on what? On a truck, a pickup to nope, it's up to you. But let me tell you that we don't fight anybody in opposition. Each of us are on the same street. Nope is in one lane, we're in another lane. We're going there. If you feel that Noop is going, let it go there, you take its lane, and we're pushing together. But you can't say that all of us come and go in one lane on the same street.
Even without delving so much into elections, at the end of the day, are your differences with Semuju reconcilable?
Not with me. That's a mistake. I called a meeting at Zambia where more than 10 MPs with the district chairperson, with the NEC members. Nanda knows the difference is not with me. The reason he wants to character assassinate me.
You are commanding.
Because
you are the commander of the faction.
Because even one of the members said that he sneaked in Najana Kumbi, he waited for me, a whole member of parliament, that I go out of the country, then they come and sign. A whole member. That time was COVID. There were no planes going out. I really looked at the member of parliament measuring like that. I really laughed.
Do you realize how popular Semuju's stand is? Given the numbers that he was able to marshal at in Zambia. 10 MPs, okay.
Out of what?
And today 120 delegates.
No, today he marshaled how many in parliament? Those parliament.
So how many did I tell you that I wanted to marshal?
So how many? So you can see, you see this one, you see, let us be frank. Me, I have no problem by the way with Semuju. Semuju has his own problem. He has his own problem. You see, calling me, of course, that I'm not intelligent, he knows I'm intelligent. Calling me, I don't understand, I know I understand. Because I know, for me, I'm not I went to school in a different school, I'm not a journalist, I'm an accountant.
What do you think is left of FDC in the midst of this crisis?
Well, I think for a while, FDC has been losing its way. The exodus of my sister, who I think because of good manners, doesn't want to say the extreme what forced them out in that big number. But I think for a while, FDC has been losing its way. I don't see how it's going to recover.
They won't be formidable again.
2 months ago, exactly on the 20th of May, I wrote an article and I said, FDC falling. Perhaps it's time to write to prepare for its funeral. If you look at where FDC has come from and the issues it stood for, from Reform Agenda 2001, and its area of strength, TESO, you can count on one hand. West Nile, you can count. Acholi, you can count. As we speak today in Uganda, I think in the last 2 elections, only my brother, Honorable Semuju, is an FDC MP.
We are 3 MPs.
3? Then you can see the other 2, I don't even know them. So clearly,
are you their supervisor? I am their supervisor.
Well, I'm saying I don't think there is a match for FDC in this region. So my suspicion is that with my brother Lukwago, my elder brother Wesije, I strongly believe that they think FDC, whatever the remnant, if you give it the leadership, you Ugandanize it, you Bugandanize it, its leadership.
Basically wants to Bugandanize?
Yes. Because you see, there's greed, but there's also envy. If you don't want me to succeed where you did not, you can say, let us tafadhali tuvunje. Let us break the pot. If I can take something for myself. I see my reading, even if I was to meet the message today, I see his appetite, his greed. He's not going to let go.
Why do you drag Besigye into this?
I'm not the one dragging him. Am I the one who convened for him the press conference of yesterday? I'm not.
I thought he was sharing his opinion
am I the one
and calling for tempers to calm down.
Am I the one who told him to leave FDC leadership and go and start another rider in Katonga? It is not me. I see it as greed. You have seen in the NRM the people who have fallen out for some reason. I have not seen anybody forming a rival faction of NRM and saying, I can't go to plot 10, but I will be in the band. I have not seen. So I partly blame some of the fracas on him. So I don't see FDC waking up again to where it was 10 years ago.
Thank you.
The issue that I have said on this show, the issues that made the FDC tick was insecurity in the eastern and northern belt, issues of infrastructure. Each time those things are fixed, FDC loses those grounds. And I don't see, FDC can only emerge out of the extreme stupidity of the NRM. And that extreme stupidity of the NRM is blood unlikely to occur very soon. Even when we make certain mistakes, it won't be.
As we take our viewers to NBS live on Afromobile, Honorable Nandala, are the grassroots elections on or off?
They are on. And
but the chairman halted them.
No, the chairman has no. You see, the constitution is here. The person who can stop the elections is the national. There is no power of a chairman to halt an election. It's the party electoral commission.
Are you in the elections or not?
So, but what I want to make
no.
The National Executive Committee suspended them for 1 month. Why didn't the electoral commission insist that they will take on the 1 month they were under suspension? But when we are extending the term in October 2020 for another 3 years, why wasn't the electoral commission there independent? You are behaving like M7. People are saying there are these issues. No, electoral commission is independent. Are you the spokesperson of the independent electoral commission?
Yes.
Under what provision?
I am saying I'm the head of the secretariat. And I'm telling you that the law is here. The law says I'm in charge of, I am responsible for compliance with all legal obligations of the party. The Constitution is very clear. The command of the Constitution says the branch elections will be a command of the National Council. The National Council commanded.
You see, there is going to be no elections. There is going to be no elections. Nandala has a list of timelines.
Nothing.
Tomorrow he will tick. Village elections are done. I can tell you, I am a Muslim. Nandala already has a list of delegates.
No way.
That's why he has been in the East.
You say you're the only Muslim. I might live in a better Muslim than you.
You were in Usoga.
I might be a better Muslim than you.
You were in Teso. You were in Gulu meeting delegates. MPs are complaining. Some of them may not pick the courage to tell you. Where? They ask, why don't they involve us?
Which MP?
You see, you have terrorized people, Nandala.
You are the one who terrorized members of parliament.
The people.
You have terrorized members of parliament.
Quiet
you are the one
and
who
you
speaks.
you take their silence for approval.
No. For you are the one who terrorized members of parliament. You are the one who speaks. You are the one who travels. You are the one who...
Even speaking, by the way, I am happy you have spoken about...
No, that you are the one who speaks. When did they
the last time we had a meeting of MPs with Amriyat, I left.
Not me.
And Amriyat told the MPs that SMG is overshining, causing you trouble. Why would you even have a problem if you have,
Honorable Senator, as I get to Honorable Winnie and to our viewers, by the way, we are shortly... Honorable
you are too petty.
No, you are the one who's petty.
Honorable Semuju.
Yes.
He talks from 7
as I get to Honorable Winnie Kiza, are you still the spokesperson of FDC?
I was elected by the FDC Delegates Conference. The FDC provides on how I can be removed. I have been decent, stayed away from press conferences because I am no longer in a position to call my party president to consult before the press conference. I didn't want to be a nuisance. I have stayed away for a while now, but also because of other things.
So you're a spokesperson who cannot go to Najana?
I have a deputy. If the party chairman cannot go, who am I? You want Nanda to beat me? This one who is beating people.
I think
except if I am going to go with the Kanyama. No, he has deployed the Kanyama, he pays them.
Let me tell you. By
Honorable.
Today they have beaten the journalist.
No. Well, we're taking our viewers onto Afromobile now, and we really want to thank you very much for your subscription. Just go straight to NBS Live. Honorable Winnie